For more on the mystery and the background of this case, we're joined by a man who followed Arab political and military affairs at the Pentagon in recent years. He is David Schenker, now director of the program on Arab politics at the Washington Institute for Near East Policy. Thank you very much for joining us from Washington.
Good to be with you.
Tell us very briefly, who was the Hamas official that was assassinated and why might he have been targeted?
Well, Mahmoud al-Mabhouh was a senior military commander, a founder of Hamas's military apparatus, and was wanted for kidnapping and killing of Israeli soldiers back in the 80s. He was also an arms smuggler, so he was a senior official based in Damascus.
And how do you think that his assassination will affect Hamas's military operations?
Well, I'm not sure in the short term whether it will affect the operation. Certainly, it's a setback, but I think more so it's a psychological blow to the organization. The fact that somebody can reach out and touch these officials, that they cannot operate with impunity in the Arab world, is, I think, a new development.
Do you have any doubt that the Mossad was behind his assassination?
Well, I think at this point it seems entirely likely. On some of the Arab websites, there are reports that Mabhouh also had Arab enemies, but I think by and large the evidence points to the Mossad at this point.
But would the Mossad have been so amateurish as to leave this clear trail back to Israel? It doesn't show great tradecraft, does it?
No, it doesn't. If you look at the video that the security apparatus in Dubai put forward, you see the operatives going into elevators, changing out of baseball caps, putting on wigs, fake beards, and this type of thing. It really does appear to be somewhat amateurish. They must have known that the cameras were all over the place. At the same time, the Mossad is not infallible. This is a group that attempted to assassinate Khalid Mashal, a senior Hamas official in Jordan, about a decade ago, and botched the operation, and two Mossad operatives were caught and apprehended by Jordanian authorities. So they did, in the end, whoever did this operation, succeed in killing their target, but it appears along the way they left a lot of fingerprints.
And you mentioned earlier that he did have other enemies, so if it wasn't Israel, who else might have had a motive enough to kill him?
Well, Hamas right now is generating a number of enemies, or at least having difficult relations with Egypt, with Saudi Arabia. It's unlikely that these states would take to trying to conduct this type of operation. Most of the clues, I must say, really lead one to believe that this operation was perpetrated by Israel. Just the complexity and the amount of effort that was put into the operation, I think, leads one back to Israel.
All right, David Schenker, thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure.